Usually, the Terraria summoner gains allies by summoning entities you would not otherwise find in your world to slay your every foe. But what if we turned the summoner on its head and made it so we actually capture the mobs of this world and use them as our weapons? Well, things like this might happen. All right, now get the wall. Good job, boy. Well done. Time to find out how we beat Terraria while using its very own mobs against it. In order to start using this new summoner subclass, we're going to need to get the merchant to spawn in our world. He always spawns so quickly on the world that I don't actually know his spawn conditions. I think I've heard that you just need an available house and 25 silver. So let's gather some money and whatever other supplies while we wait, like this cactus. And oh wow, that's a really obvious desert pyramid. I don't think I want the pharaoh garb this time. It's nice because you can get both desert or sandstorm in a bottle and the flying carpet when you shimmer them, but I don't feel like shimmering this thing. I just want something right away. No! Oh man. Boldly tried to explore the Crimson for a whole 2 seconds before fleeing and dying to a spider, just not realizing I had a whole lot of gold on me from the desert pyramid, so I should make sure I have that money so the merchant will spawn, and sure enough, he did moments later. Opening his shop, there's a new item available. Palsphere. I'm pretty sure I can spam it. Yes, okay. Alright, now we just need some enemies to capture. So, what does this say? Allows capturing and using enemies to fight for you. Does this include bunnies? No. This thing is very simple to understand. If it's highlighted in my toolbar, a little symbol will appear above catchable mobs, which means I just need to start attacking it. I got a blue slime! Alright, let's go! That's pretty simple. You catch it by basically just wanting to kill it. I can keep attacking and catching enemies or switch the weapon to a release mode to send out a captured mob as an ally. Go! He is very stationary. Nice! Oh, I can't capture them again. Okay, so once they're used, they're gone. Let's get a zombie. That'll be fun. Wow, the slimes are actually doing pretty good damage, and they seem to be following me, which is very nice. All right, slimes here. Let's get a demon eye. Ouch. Oh, 40 damage. Hold up. The demon eyes killed me, but something I took note of is how my slimes took damage, meaning they'll die eventually, which I think makes summons a whole lot more fun to play with. Definitely need to be a lot more careful about which ones I send out. You keep captured mobs after death, and I caught a demon eye as well as the zombie holding a torch, which is just handy to have some extra light. There's only one of him though, so when I was cornered at the water's edge by several enemies, I wanted to send out more friendly mobs, but even I cannot use. Why can't I use it? I didn't really learn this until later, but turns out those slimes I sent out earlier, one of them was still alive and hopping around, and that slime was taking up my, one of my summon slots I had available. I don't know if increasing my summon slots increases the number of mobs I can catch, though, as the Palsphere weapon itself says how many mobs I can have active. Also, that demon eye I caught. Go get him, eyeball. Oh, wow. Oh, heck. Demon eye is OP! I found some shoe spikes in a cave with the demon eye doing a good job of following me down here, but I also learned that when the Palsphere is in release mode, I can't switch to other weapons in my hotbar. Not sure why that's a thing, and it messed me up a lot. Also remember to always make sure you find all of the explosives, kids. There was another one! Oh, come on! I don't know if this is a bug or feature, but this whole time I assumed the 2 slots my Palsphere had meant I could only capture 2 mobs, but then I was able to catch more than 2 and wasn't able to send out any more due to my previous allies not having died yet, but who knows where they are in this world. That seems like a major issue, and it is, which is why I can map 3 new keybinds that teleport captures to me, release them all, and toggle them in some way I don't entirely understand. When I tested it, my captures kind of just roamed rather than targeting enemies, so I guess that's what it's for. As you can imagine, the teleporting ability is incredibly helpful, especially for slimes that have a hard time following me around. Now, I'm not sure what class I should play with this weapon, whether it mattered to actually use summon weapons or accessories. I was in the tundra trying to find flinxes for the flinx fur coat, but had no luck. Also, using regular summons greatly reduces the damage of my capture, so before you consider combining the two, keep that in mind. One way I can increase my power is by upgrading the Palsphere. Most of the upgraded versions can be crafted pre-hard mode by the looks of it, and most, if not all of them, are tied to a biome, meaning they gain more power in certain biomes, which is kind of an interesting idea. It also turns out that enemies will still follow their typical logic, even after you catch them. We need to throw our gnome. Alright. what will happen to our gnome when he's thrown out on the surface? Immediately turns to stone. That's awesome. In this guise, I find a number of chests and catch a harpy that absolutely destroys its harpy brethren. That's a strong bird right there. That's a very strong bird right there. I feel like an army of harpies might be a bit busted. All right, hold on. We're going to clutch this. Nope. Well, I did place the rope. I did get that. There is a sky sphere I could craft if I farm for more feathers, but I made the underground sphere and stuck with that. I didn't go underground immediately to try it, but that's fine because I found a different oddity in the jungle. What do you mean I can capture a grubby? What happens if I capture a grubby? I would have to release the harpy if I want to capture the grubbies. I gotta capture it. I got a grubby. Is the grubby going to be OP? Maybe the grubby's OP. Grubby! Go, grubby, go! Go, grubby! Go! Oh, he died! Oh, man! I was really hoping he'd do something special. That would have been awesome. The reason I was still on the surface rather than underground is actually because I want to find the shimmer and turn my Pharaoh's garb into the sandstorm in a bottle and magic carpet. I've had zero luck finding movement accessories, so this was the best way I could think of getting some. Thankfully, the first hole I blew up brought me right to the beloved biome. Pretty sure it's not gonna be down here. Oh my god! Right when I said it! I wanted to catch some shimmer slimes as they are pretty tanky, but there's also a marble biome nearby and hoplite could very well be broken. And wait, can I catch the mother slime before catching the little one? Turns out you can catch mother slimes, and my friendly mobs can turn themselves invisible by jumping into the shimmer. There happens to be a blood moon, which wouldn't be great in most cases, but this gives me the perfect opportunity to test my new captures. Kill that mother slime. Yes! Yes! Oh wow, Mother Slime is strong. I really just wanted to know what would happen when Mother Slime died, whether she'll split into 3 friendly black slimes or not. But the blood moon ended before she died, so I dragged her deep into the earth for a little science experiment. All right, Mother Slime, I need to know what happens when you die. She does split. Are those enemies? They're all good slimes! Oh, that's kind of busted. So this is both broken and not at the same time. I'm only allowed 2 or 3 captures active at a time, but a mother slime breaking still counts as just 1 slot. So I can have 2 more captures, which sounds broken, but those captures are, well, black slimes, so maybe it's not worth the effort. Really, all you want are tanky enemies that have good targeting and mobility. You know, perfect. I fought King Slime using Mother Slimes, figuring that slime versus slime would be pretty good, especially since mine will explode into more, but Mother Slime couldn't keep pace with the King of Slimes. Basically, I had to teleport them into King Slime to reliably hit the boss. It also turns out that Hoplites, a mob I figured would be broken, won't throw their javelins. If he did, then he'd be great, but as a mob that functions as little more than a skeleton, it's not that impressive. I was worried this meant mobs wouldn't shoot, but then I captured a goblin sorcerer and oh, he does shoot! Oh, let's go! So I guess it just depends on the mob, but remember, tanky enemies with great targeting are the best friend of this summon class, and I happened to capture a nymph earlier. Oh, the nymph wrecks! All right, nymph for the win, let's go. So far, nymphs and harpies are by far the most powerful mobs, but I bet there are going to be even better. But just how good can they be? Guys, the Dungeon Guardian can be captured. And before we continue, make sure to subscribe if you have not already. I like it when you subscribe. It makes the number go up. And also, I have lots of content. So watch content and subscribe so you can get notified of quality content. Also, I'm shooting rockets at the end of the year. I'll destroy a world, so that's going to be great. Get your dynamite. No, it's not dynamite. That was last year. You get rockets this year. You get rockets now. As much as I'd love to hard focus on capturing the Dungeon Guardian, there's a lot that must be done before then. For one, this subclass does benefit from summon armor, so I want flinks for a coat, but flinkses are always a little obnoxious to get. I'm pretty sure the spawn condition is tundra, but not on snow or ice blocks, something like that, and whenever I went to locations that fit that bill, everything other than flinkses would spawn. I always have better luck finding them while just roaming. Flinks! Yay! Wait. Wait. Hold on, catch it. Okay, so now there's two. I have 2 Flinxes. I have now doubled the number of Flinxes that were available to me. And then if I release them upon this world, oh darn it, release them upon this world, I can get them killed, and that will give me Flinx fur. This is a farming method I hadn't even considered until this moment. This is great. Other than the fact that Flinxes appear to be really good at avoiding damage. Wait a minute. Will it take damage from dart traps? It will not, but I did. That was very smart of me to do. Happened upon the Goblin Tinkerer down here, and turns out I am lacking in funds somehow, but I can focus on acquiring funds after I get my Flinx for a coat. Stay here. I want to try and crab him. Crab him. Crab him good. I need the Flinx fur, darn it. Crab him. Flinx, move. Go on the, oh, the Flinx knows. The Flinx knows I'm trying to kill him. Get him. Grab him, boys. There. And there we go. We got the 2 Flinx fur. All right. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Don't crab me. It took a while, but I did get enough fur for the coat, and the eye happened to be waiting for me. Hold your horses, eyeball. I'm busy. It's not your turn. I didn't really have any flying mobs to fight the eye with, so I doubt this is going to go well. But then again, the Servants of Cthulhu could be busted. I'm gonna have just an army of these things that I can just spam at the eyeball. It's gonna be great. Servants of Cthulhu, go! Go, Servants of Cthulhu! Go! You're doing great! Wow, they're really bad. Turns out though, they pretty much just hit the boss once and died immediately. Not exactly helpful, so I'm going to stop by the jungle to get a Snapthorn for this summon build, as well as materials to make a jungle sphere. Wait, what? 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 Huh? What's a jungle temple doing this high up in the world? What on earth? I was hoping to find the remaining heart crystals I needed for full health, as well as Hermes boots, but I had no luck on either of those fronts. Finding spores and killing mobs for vines and stingers wasn't half bad, so I got the Snapthorn and Jungle Sphere. I'm still lacking some accessories though, like Lucky Horseshoe. Of course, the Hermes boots are still missing, but I happened to find a gravitation potion and hadn't searched the left side of the world, so I figured it'd be over there, but I ran into a single sky lake and that was it. This is a medium world, and I swear, medium worlds have every sky island clustered in one side a lot at the time, not like the whole time. It's both great and awful. While in the jungle though, I had made sure to gather a bunch of lead so I could make an arena for the Dungeon Guardian battle. I don't know how to make the more compact version, but I imagine this large one should work just fine. After wrapping it up, I summoned and defeated the Eye 2 times for the Shield of Cthulhu and Crimson Ore for money. At last, I have funds. A better boss for farming money though would be the Brain of Cthulhu. I thought this would be really fun, capturing the creepers and using them against the brain, but as it would turn out, you can't actually capture the creepers, which is really sad, so I pretty much just used blood crawlers and my whip to cream the floating brain. One brain wasn't enough though, I wanted lots of funds, and so I destroyed a second one. With my new Crimtane and some farming in the Sky Islands, I was able to make a Sky Sphere and an evil one, and just as a reminder, they're all basically the exact same thing, but if I use the sphere with a corresponding biome, I will do more damage, and I think it lets me have 2 more active summons, maybe just 1. I also noticed that after equipping the Flinx for a coat, that I have been able to summon 4 mobs instead of just 2, which is super handy. One person in chat said that every minion slot I added results in 2 more PAL summons, which sounds really good, and I figured I should kill Queen Bee for the bee armor if that was the case. I forgot how many slots it gives me, but I do know it's the more summon-heavy armor compared to the Obsidian counterpart. I don't exactly feel prepared for this battle, but the PAL class is a little busted, and sure enough, some harpies I had gathered carried me hard through this battle. Although, I must say that Queen Bee actually made things a little interesting. Sometimes during a boss battle, I'd use a sphere to either capture its minions or surrounding mobs because I need more summons of my own, but the tiny bees Queen Bee spawns aren't even worth the wild cannon fodder, so they act like meat shields that can flood your summon slots if you're not careful. The first queen bee dies, but didn't drop enough wax for full armor. Took a while to find a second hive, kill queen bee again with a little more struggling after having lost my harpies, you know, in the previous battle, but now I have full bee armor and can have 6 active summons. And I don't know when this happened earlier, but I started catching 2 of every enemy I captured instead of just 1, and was hoping this new armor would up that into like 3, but no, it's still 2. If I could catch more enemies for the price of 1, I could have captured 1 guardian and gotten like 3 or 4 or something ridiculous like that, but 2 is still pretty good, I suppose. One last thing to do before the guardians though is gather hellstone for a molten pickaxe, and along the way I was hoping to finally find Hermes boots. This is driving me batty. Where are the Hermes boots? Holy cow. I actually haven't even found a glowing mushroom. It's going to have Hermes boots, isn't it? No, it did not, in fact, have Hermes boots. Meanwhile, in the underworld, I collect myself a fire imp, some hellstone, a demon. Catch it, catch it, catch it, catch it. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Worm. Yes. Oh, you bet I'm catching a bone serpent. You will be mine. Health watch his health. They'll be tanky. Okay. Yeah, baby! Oh, Bone Serpent's gonna be a good time. I caught a second one that spawned immediately after. I believe these will do wonders against the wall and dungeon enemies. I'm super excited to use them, though I'm also a little concerned I'll lose them before the end of the session. Last time I left the world and rejoined, I kept all the mobs I had, but this time, when I joined on, I didn't have any of my captures, which has me a little worried. The only difference between the 2 times is that I unloaded the Palmod and loaded others for a different run I was doing, so maybe unloading the mod will erase the mobs you have captured. Just something I noticed and thought you should know. Definitely means I'm going to have to lock in and just beat the game all in one go if I get the guardians, who we are at last getting to. I wanted the molten pick so I could mine hellstone, as my plan is to make the tunnel for a minecart track, race down to where the guardians spawn, and ride back out. I would like to use gravitation potions but don't have any, and I don't like hoik, so I ain't using that. This method of mine, however, was, admittedly a little obnoxious. For some reason, it refused to hammer the last rail to make it into a bumper minecart track. I know for a fact I didn't misclick, and I hammered it once to make it a flat rail, so I know it can be hammered. It just refused to, become the bumper one. Getting the thing set up just became too much of a pain, with the Guardian always spawning at the worst of times, not allowing a bumper rail, and when I was ready, it would only ever spawn in the cave I needed for my escape. After a while, I had an moment and built a house with a bed and summoned the thing and recalled out of there, giving me enough time to get on the rails. The right side of the rails is a little too close for my comfort, and for some reason, when I was heading to the left and holding the A key for, a left, the cart slowed down as though I were holding the opposite key. I don't know what was going on, but I died, and so I guess I gotta restart this whole process. This is also when I took a little bit of a break, so I reloaded the world, and, well, I did end up losing my imps and demon and bone serpent despite not ever unloading the mod, so maybe you don't ever keep them? I don't know exactly how it works. But back to the Guardians, it took a couple of tries, and I even got them on the rails again just to go a little too fast and accidentally cause the Guardian to despawn. With a little work, I was able to get them on the rails and, well, I forgot just how long it takes to kill a dungeon guardian. I have no clue when I can capture the thing. One person said they tested it with the mod and that they could capture it halfway through the battle, like you could just get it to half health, which would be incredibly helpful. I fought them through Blood Moon and Rain, and yes, you heard me right, I said them because there were 2 dungeon guardians overlapping each other. Thankfully, one of them was taking all the bullets no matter the angle I shot them at, so the second was just waiting for the first one to be gone so he could have some action. If the 2 had alternated which one was in front, then this half-hour-long process would have taken twice as long, and that would not have been fun. Turns out half health is not how low they need to be to capture them either, though I guess it's also possible the overlapping skulls were confusing my spheres, because right around 400 health was when I was able to finally capture the most powerful mob in the game. Oh! We got him! We got the Dungeon Guardian! Let's go! Alright, take me. And curse. Alright, we got him. We've already beat him. Moving on to the next thing. Do we even need to worry about the dungeon? Do we even need anything down here at this point? We have a Dungeon Guardian. Do we bother with a dungeon? You know what? No, we don't need anything down here. None of this is actually necessary. We will clear everything. Up until, yeah, we're fine. I actually went into the controls to turn off the keybind to release my captures, just so I didn't accidentally release the Guardians. After all, if I do, then I'll have to actually do this run normally without Guardian cheese, and that would obviously be unacceptable. But at this point, we're basically going to be speedrunning the game. After all, there's not really a point in fighting all those unnecessary bosses, so we made a house for the guy in the underworld, dropped him into lava. All right, Ender Guardian, get him. There goes the hunger he's. All right, now get the wall. Good job, boy. Well done, Dungeon Guardian. You're doing great. Oh, I love this. This is a good time. We beat the mod, boys! We beat the mod! Technically, fine, no, the mod is not beat, but if you consider that the Guardian will absolutely wreck everything, the mod is already essentially defeated. It's kind of funny, too, because I was wondering if Guardians would receive a sort of debuff or wouldn't work as well as I assumed they would, and I would have wasted all that time, but no, they just hard carried the whole mod. I also suppose, in hindsight, I didn't actually need to kill Skulltron and could have left him alive to collect more Guardians in case I did need to jump off. So now I am stuck and I have to clear the entire game unless I want to play it normally. So we're here for the long haul. Because I mean, you gotta see what the Guardians are capable of, right? When was the last time you saw a Guardian defeat Terraria? Never, exactly. You might then be wondering, why am mining ores at all? Well, I am being a little cautious in case something does happen or I can't beat the game before I need to hop off. I wanted to have at least a little hard mode gear to handle whatever situation I end up putting myself in. So I mined up all the ores I could until I was able to make titanium armor. Not making minion armor because there's not exactly a point when my two Guardians are all I actually need, and since I still don't have Hermes boots, I need the ability to tank a few hits. Wings would also be helpful for dodging my enemies, so I went up to the skies and literally found 2 wyverns in 20 seconds, which has to be a world record or something. Wow, that was the fastest I have ever gotten wyverns. What the heck? I still needed feathers for wings, or at least I did until a harpy dropped a giant harpy feather, and now that I have wings, it's time to take down the mechs. Oh, we need bones to make the prime spawner. We're going to have to go back to the dungeon. Here we go. They're not even summoning a lot of probes. Boom! Oh, that's great. Here, let's get another one so we can get, like, full hollowed stuff. Aw, there goes the poor demolitionist. Oh, that's unfortunate. There goes a good number of my NPCs. Ouch. Ouch. Yes, now we're a Minotaur. Yes, this is the Thorben look. The Destroyer really is just an NPC sweeper, isn't he? Absolutely destroys them all. I really should have made an arena farther away, but who needs NPCs anyways when you have Dungeon Guardians as a pet? Now, why am I in the Hollow? To farm Souls of Light, you see? Haven't been in the Hollow at all, and well, you need Souls of Light to make the summons for the other mechs. So it was also my chance to continue searching for Hermes boots, but once again, I had 0 luck, and my glowing mushroom biomes have been entirely treasure barren, which is disgusting. Who needs Hermes boots anyways? Hermes boots are overrated and lame. But I had a teleportation potion, so might as well see where it brings me. Oh! Oh! Oh, I had my hopes up so high that teleportation potion has brought me straight to my Hermes boots. Ah! All right, but we got this glowing mushroom, and then there's actually treasure inside. All right. No! Come on. No! We found Waldo, but not a Hermes boots. Why? This game. Sometimes this game. Before the night fell, I ran out to the dungeon to collect 30 bones for the Prime summon. As you can imagine, the Guardian went on to destroy the twins and Prime without breaking a sweat. All right, on to the next boss. Let's see how fast you can find a bulb. This is something. I wasn't expecting this run to go like this. Fun fact, chlorophyte grows. It spreads similar to the corruption and crimson. Usually you can't mine the stuff for a couple of night-day cycles because you're not normally able to kill all 3 mechs in a single night, which I guess I didn't actually do, but apparently I killed them fast enough that there's no chlorophyte anywhere. And what little there is are in like clumps of no more than 6. Bulbs, ever since 144, I'm pretty sure spawn immediately after all the mechs are killed, or at least one does, but 1 bulb in massive jungle doesn't exactly make it easy. And of course, I took the opportunity to continue searching for Hermes boots. Another magic mirror, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I'm becoming convinced there are no Hermes boots in this world at all. If I forget to put the world scene in the description, then yell at me in the comments to share it with you and let me know if you find some Hermes boots. They've got to be somewhere, right? There are no Hermes boots in this world. There are none. Zip. Zero. Nada. They don't exist. But I can maybe get around needing boots by using a flying mount that can be obtained from Duke Fishron. Oh no, the Dungeon Guardians. Oh no, wait, hold on. Are they going to actually struggle? Are they actually going to? Oh no. Oh no. I've gotten a lot more than I bargained for here. Oh, we need to do smaller. Okay. There. Second. Get him before he goes to third. Get him before he goes to third. Oh, he's in third. Oh no. Oh, we got him. All right. Woo! The Dungeon Guardian really struggles against Fishron. Dungeon Guardian. Hit the pig. No, not the sharks. Not the sharks. Hit the pig. Hit the pig, darn you. Hit the pig. Oh. I was at the ocean too because I couldn't find a bulb anywhere and wondered if leaving for a hot second would allow a bulb to spawn, and I'm not sure it actually helped, but I did find a bulb and Plantera was trampled beneath my boot. And what with the jungle temple being found so early in the game, I took down the sentient hardened clay in a couple of seconds and moved on to slaughter the cultist without needing to put in even the slightest bit of effort. Little did I know, this was when things would change. For one, the Guardian one-shot all the other enemies, making them hard to capture, and 2, I don't really have anything for enemy suppression, meaning that if a Guardian does not kill a mob immediately, they pose a very real threat to me, and with the pillars having high spawn rates, I was basically out in the open waiting to be hit. After remembering there is a combat and capture mode, I was able to catch enemies, but this came with the issue of the Guardians being stuck on a single enemy until I captured them, leaving me even more open to attack, but it was a necessary sacrifice to capture some of the pillar enemies and bring them on to my side. I like having an army of... Are these? Yeah, the Selenians? Oh yeah, an army of Selenians is a good time. They feel like an army. Once the shields fell, the Guardians took down the pillars in no time at all. It's just surprisingly difficult to survive. It's also possible I'm suffering from a skill issue. That is very possible, but my lack of proper gear has made me so much more reliant on the Guardians than I probably should be. I also wanted to see if I could capture the Stardust cells because theoretically, they could be an infinite mob, as most mobs wouldn't be able to deal high enough damage to break the separated parts that separated. It worked with Mother Slime, so I figured it'd work here, but turns out you can't catch Stardust cells. Also, this is the first run that I learned if I'm below half health that the Fishron mount goes fast. I had no idea this was a thing. I thought it only zoomed in the rain. Now I can see some of its utility, though I'm not willing to make myself vulnerable and lower my health just to use this thing. Still don't get why it's apparently a popular mount. Of all the pillars, Vortex was easily the worst, as Storm Divers moved too fast for my Guardian to catch up to them. I guess I could have stayed more still, but I knew for a fact that my Guardians would not get to them before they fired their shotguns at me. Is there a good way of dealing with Storm Divers? These are, in my opinion, the most annoying and dangerous enemy of all the pillar enemies. Nebula enemies, on the other hand, the Guardians didn't have any issue keeping up with. And the worst enemy, the Nebula Floater, they were much less of a problem because they didn't have a chance to teleport away from a Guardian that one-shots them. Once all the pillars fell, it was time to clear Moonlord without issue. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, well, that did not do nearly as much damage as I thought it would. All right, Guardians, I needed to hit them harder. Wow. This is not as easy as I had hoped it would be. Come on, Dungeon Guardians. Come on. Guardians, please shoot Moonlord. Please hurt Moonlord. There we go. There we go. There we go. There's some damage. All right, attack. No! Wow, this is actually going to not be super easy. Before shouting skill issue, here's the problem, okay? Hold the comments. The Guardians, as it would turn out, are a little too slow to keep up with Moonlord. So, if they can't actually hit Moonlord, then the one and only weapon that I can rely on is reduced to nothing. The only way I've found that I can actually get them to hit Moonlord is by hanging out closer to the eyes than it is reasonably safe to do, especially with my early hard mode setup. I wanted to use some other mobs to help, but I had several of these strollers from the solar pillar, and when I teleported them to myself, they just fly off in a direction across like a quarter of the world or something, and never actually attacked the enemies, and so they were entirely useless, doing nothing but filling up a slot. Slimes would be more useful than these things. When all was said and done though, I lost to Moonlord 4 times, counting the free spawn and the 3 sigils I had crafted. Oh no. This is sad. This is kind of tragic. So Cultist and the pillars had to be done again, and I captured some of the storm divers as they appeared to do pretty good. But before spawning Moonlord again, I wanted to catch some of a certain mob for help. I can't believe I forgot this because I was so excited to get some of them in pre-hard mode. Wyverns. I love dragons, and wyverns are dragon-like, so being able to use them would make me so happy. Plus, they can fly around and hopefully function similarly to the Stardust Dragon summon. There was a concern I couldn't capture them, but thankfully, I can. It's just too bad they took quite a bit longer to spawn than last time. But of course, it doesn't matter if I have wyverns if I can't summon them due to these strollers taking up all my summon slots. That's when chat reminded me I can teleport them into lava. There we go, that's doing some damage. Good idea. Good idea. Slow, but it will kill them. I love how they're just ever so slowly sinking into the lava. Come on, perish. No. Perish! He fled! Not allowed to flee! I at last had room for summons, and summoning these wyverns was so fun. Spawning them on me is such a good time. All right, wyverns, are you ready for this? Oh, this is so cool having these. The wyverns might be a little slow for this fight. Okay. You know, this whole time, I might have just needed to be, just teleporting them onto me. I don't know why that didn't occur to me sooner. All right, get the eye, get the eye, get the eye. Thank you. I need to pay attention to my health. All right, they got all the eyes. All right, get him. Get him. Oh, pay attention, pay attention. Oh, pay attention. Hey, we got him. With all the wyverns. Woo! Why did it not occur to me to just teleport them onto my face? What is wrong with me? Oh, this is such a, this is the champion crew right here. This is like, you know, you go through the hall of champions in Pokemon. This is the champion team. 6 wyverns, 2 guardians, and 4 storm divers. And that's how I beat Terraria while using mobs as my summons. Or I guess more specifically, just the Dungeon Guardian, how I beat Terraria with the Dungeon Guardian. Part of me wants to do this run again, but make a rule that I can't use Guardians and actually, you know, experience hard mode with this mod. So if you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching to the end. Like and comment something, and maybe we'll try this again if it's something people enjoyed watching.